My freshman year, my professor, who seemed to dig some of the papers I wrote, asked me what I was going to do for my thesis paper, and I said I was going to write about intelligent design. He said, "Oh, I thought you would have picked something harder. That's too easy to disprove nowadays." I said, "No, I was going to argue for it." And he said, "You're a smart kid. Don't tell me you think some guy in the sky with a long white beard created all this, Dave." I said, "No, wait, so you don't think this world is the creation of God? So what, this universe just happened? What are the odds that this beautifully intricate physical system just sprang into existence without knowledge or wisdom? They say Darwin killed creationism, science killed religion. Too smart for their own good, they lack spiritual vision. They can't wrap their brains around a mind so advanced. What's the chance this is all just the result of happenstance? It's like one in infinite odds that our perfect habitat could just arise from the luck of the draw. Imagine that, and imagine that is some of our so-called smartest scientific minds who deny the divine artist whose trademark is the golden ratio and spiral. Everywhere I go, I see the creator's style and fingerprints all over everything that I see, with every parameter fine-tuned so precisely. You're blind to the divine if you see no wisdom behind this most beautifully designed ecosystem. The plants and the flowers are pollinated by bees, and the pollen is spread around when it blows in the breeze. It wouldn't even be possible for us to breathe without exchanging oxygen and CO2 with the trees. The algae and the temperature, the birds and the weather, everything here is connected, all working together. But they say this precious earth is not a product of intelligence. She just so happens to have all the essential elements. It must have been luck that formed the organs and skeletons of humans and fish and birds and lions and elephants. Was it just random chance that made me this way, that programmed the genetic coding into my DNA? Some even say this is all there is. To me that seems strange, since their eyes only perceive a certain frequency range. They don't believe it if they can't see it, touch or hear it. But the senses don't always interpret matters of the spirit. How those metallic ores get close enough to the surface for us to mine and find their technological purpose? Did the moon randomly become just the right size? Cause if it were any bigger, we'd have too high of tides, and gravity's just right to serve its purpose. If it were stronger, the earth would have a smoother surface, and it'd become a water world and we'd be floating away. But the continents and mountains keep the oceans at bay. If our sun were more massive, our ozone layer would be eaten by radiation from solar flares. It'd kill the polar bears, the ice caps would melt. But it isn't, and they think it's just the cards we were dealt that account for this system and how smooth it's run, allowing us to see the wonders of the moon and sun. We have the perfect vantage point to see a solar eclipse, because the sun's 400 times the size and distance of the moon, which puts us in a perfect location to witness it and then give it a standing ovation. What are the odds that we have the perfect concentration of chemical compounds and the perfect combination? The only reason that we can see so clear is due to the precise amount of oxygen in the air. If there were more elements with carbon atoms here, we wouldn't have such a transparent atmosphere. Around 20% O2 is exactly what we require, and the exact amount needed to facilitate fire. Whoever said this world isn't designed is either a liar, or it's time that they project their mind a little higher. The whole reason that we hold creation sacred is because it took an ingenious mind to make it. And if Creator didn't love us and want us to thrive, then why provide us with a planet for us to survive? The only planet fine-tuned with every condition for us to survive and thrive in this solar system. Open up your eyes. This universe that you're seeing, in which we are living and moving and breathing, was an idea, then a creation of God's. And its finely tuned precision defies all odds. A 1% change in the strong nuclear force would hinder all carbon and oxygen produced in the stars. A slight difference in proton, neutron mass, and nuclear fission would cease, and life wouldn't last. And the precision of the cosmological constant is 1 part in a number too large for me to pronounce it. It's like 1 in 100 million billion 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 54 zeros after it. And believe it or not, those odds are dead on accurate, which is far too precise to be the luck of the draw. So obviously, it's the result of a law. And I don't think luck or chance produce natural laws, so they must be the effect of an intelligent cause who endowed us with the faculties for us to discover it, and for scientists to study nature and fall in love with it. There are so many different religions divided into sects who have countless interpretations of the same texts that try to describe matters that are so complex in terms that are often taken out of context, which leads to problems, wars, and persecution, competing to see who comes up with the worst solution, it seems, instead of resolving it by ending division, by coming together and uniting science and religion to form a spirituality that's universal, so we can see that our true nature's infinite and eternal. No, I don't know a whole lot, but this I know for sure, and it's a simple fact that's really hard to ignore. I've seen a lot of amazing, ingenious inventions with intricate systems and powerful engines, from fast cars, airplanes, and rocket ships to particle accelerators and microchips and telescopes that give us a view of the heavens, communication devices, and all kinds of weapons, and everything that led the human species to dominance. And it only took a little bit of common sense to see that what gave rise to every one of these designs wasn't luck and it wasn't chance, but intelligent minds. And of everything that's ever been, there's never been a system more eloquently designed than this universe we live in.
And he said, well, first of all, I think you meant elegantly. How can you design something eloquently? And I said, with eloquently spoken words like, and so it is.
And so it is. And so it is. And so it is. And so it is.